Stop scrolling right now. Cletus McFarland just pulled off a save during a test session that has the entire NASCAR world talking. Fans, drivers, analysts, haters, all of them. What he did behind the wheel was not lucky. It was not accidental. It was raw, instinctive car control that you cannot fake. But if you only saw the clip, you got 10% of the story. To understand why that save matters, you need the crashes, the criticism, the tragedy, the comeback, all of it. I am your host at NASCAR Track News, Noel Clegbeen. No surface level takes, just real stories with real passion. Smash that like button and subscribe. Let us get into this. Movie camera, who is Cletus McFarland. Garrett Mitchell is not some random internet kid playing race car driver. 4.5 million YouTube subscribers. His entire life revolves around building, modifying, and racing cars. He owns his own racetrack in Florida called the Freedom Factory. Cars are not his hobby. Cars are his identity. And that identity pushed him toward the biggest challenge of his life, going professional. Checkered flagged the jump in 2025. He debuted in the RCR Series driving for Rhett Jones Racing. 5 starts, 2 top 10 finishes. For a YouTuber, that is legitimate. During that time, he built a bond with NASCAR veteran Greg Biffle. Biffle became his mentor. He believed in Cletus when nobody else did. Together, they worked toward one dream, the Daytona 500. Then in December 2025, Greg Biffle and his family were lost in a plane crash. Devastating. Cletus described their time together as the most meaningful moments of his life. That loss made the dream bigger, more personal. Everything on the track now carried extra weight. Collision Daytona disaster early 2026. Cletus got approved for his NASCAR Truck Series debut at Daytona. First, he had to test at Rockingham Speedway. He crashed. NASCAR still cleared him to race. Then at Daytona, just a few laps in, he lost control on his own, hit the inside wall. Race over. The internet erupted. Veterans questioned him. Analysts dissected the crash. Fans who doubted him felt vindicated. The narrative was brutal. YouTuber tries NASCAR. YouTuber crashes. YouTuber does not belong. Handshake, the RCR bombshell. Then Richard Childress Racing signed him to a 2-year Xfinity Series deal. One of the most iconic teams in NASCAR history looked at a YouTuber who just crashed at Daytona and said, "We want him." The reaction was nuclear. Veterans warned he was moving too fast, that skipping steps at this level is dangerous for him and everyone on track. Valid concerns. These are people who understand what it takes to survive at speed. But the business side made sense too. Cletus brings millions of eyeballs to NASCAR, a young audience the sport desperately needs. Sponsorship value most rookies cannot generate in a lifetime. Both sides had a point. Fire 10 hours at Rockingham with every criticism on his shoulders. Cletus showed up at Rockingham for a test session with RCR. Nearly 10 hours behind the wheel, hundreds of laps, multiple tire sets, pushing beyond anything he had experienced before. He called it one of the greatest days of his racing life. Not because it was fun, because it was real. Then the moment happened, deep into a long run, tires worn, grip gone. The car snapped loose mid-corner. Rear stepped out, car sliding, wall right there. The exact nightmare every critic predicted. This was supposed to prove them all right. Direct hit the save, but Cletus did not crash. In a fraction of a second, he reacted on instinct, counter-steering with precision, controlling throttle with feel, balancing the car perfectly. Clean save, no wall, no damage, on worn tires, with almost zero grip. That is not beginner level. That requires genuine feel and connection to the car. And here is the kicker. Last time at Rockingham, he crashed. This time he saved it. That is not luck. That is growth. The clip went viral. Fans were stunned. Critics admitted it showed real progress. Experts pointed out how difficult that save actually was given the tire condition. One moment, entire conversation shifted, crossed the divide, but one save does not end the debate. One side sees a YouTuber who bought his way in while traditional drivers grind for years just hoping for a chance. Other side sees a man who crashed publicly, failed publicly, got destroyed publicly, and kept showing up, investing real money, working through levels, improving every time. Cletus addressed it calmly. He knows he is a rookie. He knows the doubters are loud, but outside opinions do not shake his focus. This is not about proving haters wrong. This is about chasing a dream, the dream Greg Biffle believed in. Checkered flag, Rockingham moment of truth. Everything comes down to one race. His Xfinity Series debut at Rockingham. Same track where he crashed. Same track where he saved it. His worst moment and best moment, both live here. Millions watching. Critics waiting. Pressure at maximum. Strong finish changes the narrative. Validates the RCR deal. Opens doors. Bad result gives ammunition to every doubter. But one thing is already certain. Every fan, every driver, every team owner, they are all watching, all waiting, all asking the same question. Does Cletus McFarland belong? Studio NASCAR Track News, drop your take in the comments. Does he belong? Is the RCR deal smart or a publicity stunt? Will Rockingham make or break him? I read every comment. Best NASCAR conversations happen right here. Smash that like button and subscribe to NASCAR Track News. Thank you for watching. See you at the next green flag.